Ladies and gentlemen, what is good? Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, whatever time you're listening and tuning in to. You're probably in a different part of the world, you know what I mean? So just depending on the time zone you're in, good day, good morning, good afternoon. Hope everyone's doing great, man. All the subscribers, since day one, as I always say in my videos, man, I really appreciate each and every one of you. Day ones, you know what I'm saying? Recent subscribers, welcome to the platform. Welcome to Renee Box Young. This is a platform where we discuss, critique, analyze, or just talk about the sport of boxing because that's what we love. I hope everyone's doing great. I hope everyone's doing safe. Just safe out there, you know what I'm saying? In these crazy times we're living in, man. You already know what I'm talking about. So we're in 2021, man. Happy New Year. I don't remember if this is my first live of the new year. I don't remember, man, honestly. But if it is, happy New Year, everybody. You know what I'm saying? And we're gonna talk some boxing, definitely, man. So we're definitely gonna talk some boxing right now. Some current developments, some things that we've been seeing and hearing. I'm sure everybody has. While you guys jump in the building, definitely. And Lavar Cooper is in the building, my guy. How you doing, Lavar?
Hey, what's going on, Renee? I'm doing well, man. Thanks for having me on.
Yeah, definitely, man. And we'll just do some small talk here, man. So, how's everything over there in your neck of the woods, man?
Going well, man. I just want to wish happy New Year's, happy holidays. Going well. It's raining over here, but other than that, man, not too bad.
But it must be cold, isn't it?
Yeah, it's cold. It's cold. Kids are doing virtual learning due to this pandemic. So my kids, they're downstairs in class right now, right as we speak.
Oh, wow, wow, wow. So how's that going? How are the kids with the virtual learning stuff?
At the beginning of the school year, it was kind of rough a little bit. Internet issues, Chromebooks not working right. So, but the schools, they were able to come together and fix everything. So everything's working perfectly right now.
Cool, man. Cool. Are they getting the hang of it now? They're not really like they prefer being in the face-to-face classes, right?
Yeah, some of my kids, they want to be face to face. Some of them love the virtual learning because they're able to focus better without any interruptions from their classmates.
Yeah. All right. And how did you celebrate the new year? Any celebrations or anything, or just kick it?
Oh no, man! I just stayed low key with my family, man. Not trying to do too much. This pandemic, this coronavirus, it's no joke out here.
Yeah, I did the
How about
same,
yourself?
man. Yeah, I did the same. I usually do that. You know what I'm saying? I think I mentioned it in one of my last lives recently, a couple weeks ago, a week ago, or something like that. I don't really do big celebrations. Just generally speaking, like. Sometimes I do, obviously, when it comes to like public events that I do in certain areas, but like for my birthday, New Year, Christmas, things of that nature, I just have a nice dinner, just chill at the house, man. I'm at that point in my life where I just reflect on the little things of life and just really, grateful for the small things.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah.
Man. That's awesome.
Yeah,
Man.
so I just didn't do much. D Hodges in the building. What's going on, D Hodges? Much love to you, family, all day, man. D Hodges always jumping in, man. Thanks so much, D Hodges. I hope you're doing good, D Hodges. I hope you're doing great, bro. If I didn't tell you, man, Happy New Year, bro. Happy New Year. Utmost blessings to you. Prayers to everyone that, has been, in this community, definitely, man, in this platform support. And because we're family, you know what I'm saying? We're a community. We talk about what we love, the sport of boxing, man. D Hodges, I hope you're doing great, bro. Thanks so much for jumping in. So, we're just doing a little small talk, a little chit chat, you know what I'm saying? And we're going to get to that boxing talk, definitely. So, Lavar, how do you feel, man, being in 2021? Can you believe it? Did you ever think, when you were younger, you would see this era?
To be honest with you, man, I was nervous, man. I graduated high school in the year 2000, man. And, when before the year 2000 hit, man, I was nervous. That's when everybody was like, the world's coming to an end. And, as a young fella, you're like, wait, what? I still have more
Right.
things to do in life, So, yeah, man, I can't believe we're in 2021, man. It's a blessing. I was ready to get 2020 out of the way. It was just so many deaths, out here, with celebrities, with families. I was just ready to get past 2020.
Yeah, man. And we're already seeing, you know what I'm saying? We're already seeing how unfortunately, 2021, man, started out with a kind of negative light with the whole politic thing. And people are already saying, man, 2021, we're starting like this. But, I got high hopes. And I remember, it sounds like you're a little bit older than me. When I was in high school, I remember 2000, I was still in high school in the year 2000. And like you, man, I was just like, wow, 2000, what the heck, and I was in high school still. And I was like, I wonder how many heck years left we got here on this earth. You know what I'm saying? We're in 2021 already, man, just counting my blessings. You know what I'm saying? Never thought I would see this day. Toby Bartlett, what's going on, Toby? Happy New Year. Blessings to you and your family, your mom, bro. Toby, thank you so much for jumping in, fam. We're just doing a little chit chat right now, something kind of new. Doing a little chit chat, because I got a great guest here, Lavar Cooper, my guy. And, before we do the box talk, we're going to get to box talk. Definitely. You already know what it is, but we're just doing a little chit chat. You know what I'm saying? Warming up the mics. Toby, thank you so much for jumping in, man. Blessings to your family. Chen Smoke is in the building also, man. What's up, Chen Smoke? You're probably driving, bro. So drive safe. All right. Drive safe, Chen Smoke. Drive safe. We're just doing a little chit chat, you know what I mean? Before we get to the boxing talk, man, we got some news today. Oh, we're going to chop it up. Definitely, man. So yeah, Lavar, like I was saying, man, we entered the year 2000 and everybody talking about the Y2K and, crazy stuff. Yeah. Nothing happened, so, and I actually thought, man, when I was younger, excuse me, when I was, in the 90s, early 90s, growing up as a kid, we always had that concept of, 2020, 2000, we're going to see flying cars, and we're not even close to that. You know what I'm saying? But, we're in a very technologically advanced era, which is great, great advantages. But we ain't even close to that stuff, flying cars and those things of that nature. But that's what we thought, that's what our concept was. There was a movie out by Bruce Willis, starring Bruce Willis. I forgot what it was called. I think it was called something Millennium. I don't even know what the heck it was called, but it was a really futuristic movie. And in that movie, there were flying cars, and I don't remember if you know the name, but I really don't watch movies, man. But back in the day, I remember watching some movies, and it was Bruce Willis, and then there was a woman, and she was like downloading information by watching TV. I don't know, man. I don't remember. Fifth
Element.
Yeah, there you go. Thank you. Yeah, I just said Fifth, and you said Fifth Element. Yeah, that one. Exactly.
Yeah,
that's what it's called, right? What's up?
I was thinking about Chris Tucker was in that movie too.
Was he? Yeah. Oh, yeah. Fifth Element. Yeah. And then that weird alien girl with all blue was singing like an opera, right?
Yeah, that's it. Fifth Element.
That's nuts. Yeah, I didn't even see the whole movie. I just saw clips of it. But I was thinking, and the world, society thought that in the year 2000, we're going to see that. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Society thought we were going to be like that, but we're not even close to that. You know what I'm saying? Obviously, it's all incremental. All these technological advances, it's all incremental. You know what I mean? So, but that's what I thought. The reason why I say is just to exhaustively explain that, back when I was in 1998, going to high school and stuff like that, I was thinking, man, the year 2000, even though it was just like 2 years away, I couldn't. I was like, now that we're adults, we have more realistic concept of time and the advance of technology and things of that nature. But back in those days, I was like, man, 2000, I wonder what's going to be like. But, we're not even close to like Fifth Element status. You know what I'm saying?
Right. No, you're right, man. You're definitely right. I mean, I thought we were going to have flying cars too. I mean, the only thing that we're close to now is, they have cars out here that can, pretty much kind of sort of drive
smart cars.
Yeah.
Right. Right. That's like the closest we got. And, it's just nuts, man. So it's just crazy. We're in 2021. I wonder I can only imagine, Lord willing, we get that day to see that day. 2040. What the heck? I don't even know, dude. I think it's kind of like scary to think so ahead. So, just the reason why I'm explaining all this is because, it makes me reflect. We're in 2021 already, and it's just great stuff, man. And I wish the best for everyone. And we just got to be optimistic and upbeat about everything,
Right. You're right. Hey, Renee, can I give a salute to D Hodges real quick?
Go ahead, man.
Hey, D Hodges, salute to you, man. I just want to say, man, every time when either I'm on Blue or if I'm on here with Renee, man, if I say salute to you, you salute me back. So I really do appreciate you, brother. Thank you.
Yeah, definitely. It's all love always, man. And we got here. Oh, okay. We got Toby saying here, I was 30 years old in 2000. Okay. I'm an old. Oh my gosh. Okay, it's all good, man. No problem, man. It's all good. Don't worry about that, man. Age is in the mind. You know what I'm saying? It's just all it's all on our perspective. And depending on the age we are. You know what I'm saying? There are people who are older than that, and they feel young. They feel great. You know what I'm saying? Just like and you know who is a perfect example of that right here? Boom, Bruce Goes. How you doing, Bruce Goes?
Renee Box Young, my good man. How are you this morning?
Man, we're doing great, man. We're doing great, man. Great to hear you, Bruce. How you doing today?
Hey, a beautiful, crisp day here in Rhode Island. I'm sure D. Hodges can feel it too, my good brother out there. And took care of what I had to do this morning. I mean, it's already 10:46 over here, so morning's just about over. But always like to stop in and chop it up with you, Renee.
Definitely, man. Definitely. So
And
Bruce Goes had, yeah, go ahead, go ahead.
oh, wait, we got Lavar Cooper in here too, man.
Yeah,
Hey,
What's
Lavar,
going on, Bruce? How you doing, brother?
doing?
Salute to you. Good.
Good, brother. Good to talk to you.
Absolutely, man. Salute to you, man. Every time when I say hello to you in the chats, man, you do the same thing. You salute me back. So, man, I do appreciate you and your time, brother. Thank you.
Hey, brother, it's my pleasure, and always good to hear from you because you know a lot about this sport. I see my boy Chen Smoke out there, Toby Barlett. I mean, this is the place to be, brother. You know, this is really the place to be.
yeah, definitely, man. We're just talking, Bruce, we're doing something kind of different, the different approach. Because it's the new year, you know what I'm saying? I got a different approach, at least for lives, is that, first I just want to chit chat a little bit, just talk about normal things, you know what I'm saying? And then get into the box talk. So we're definitely gonna talk some boxing, but I just first want to just, chop it up with you guys, you know what I'm saying? Chop it up with the chat, you know what I'm saying? So Bruce, how was your new year, man? What did you do?
I did kind of what everybody else did around here, and we stayed home, we hunkered down, had a nice steak for dinner, and I was online. I think I welcomed the new year in I am Ill Will's chat room, and it's been low keyed. I'm really antsy about this. I've been in the house and been pretty much in quarantine since March because I'm afraid of getting this COVID. And at my age, it could be serious. So everything's pretty much on hold. I'm a big proponent of this vaccine. I want to get it. I want to get back into the world. I want to touch people again and see live events. But I do go out, but it's not the same. You know that it's not the same out there anymore.
Definitely right, man. And that's pretty much how me and Lavar passed it. And I think everybody has, a lot of people spent the new year just relaxing, man, staying at the home, hunkering down. What kind of steak did you have, Bruce?
Filet mignon.
Oh my gosh, dude. You cooked it or your wife?
No, my wife cooked it.
Oh
In
my
fact,
God.
New Year's Eve is her birthday, so I should have done the cooking, but she made us a nice steak. We had a little cake, and just it was just like another normal night. I just can't wait till this gets normal again, especially in our world of boxing. But it is what it is. I'm grateful to be able to chop up with you guys. Who can you talk boxing to these days? You can't go out to any, you can't go to any diners or any barber shops or any clubs really anymore. Everybody's keeping social distancing. So this is this has gotten me through this pandemic without a doubt. Now that I can get on here and chop it up with you guys, it makes it even more. It makes it even more of a thing. I'm really digging it. Learning a lot more about boxing than I thought I knew. I knew a lot about the history of boxing, and I knew the current situation, but nothing near as what I'm learning hanging out with you guys. We got some boxing geniuses on here. My boy Trick Nolte gave me a buzz the other day, and we went on a little phone ride. I talked to Kirk Johnson, who was a number 3 heavyweight contender back in the early 2000s, and Nate Campbell. It was great. The things that I'm getting into in this internet environment is a fantastic thing, man. It's something that I couldn't have even imagined in my younger day. But it's all right out there, and it's available to anybody that wants to learn and wants to get into it. And we got a beautiful family out here. There's so much love for the sport, respect for each other. This is where it's at to me right now.
That's definitely right, man. And we got Sylvester Salome is in the building, 2011. What's going on, family? Thanks so much for jumping in, man. Sylvester, just to let you know, I'm doing a new approach, kind of a new approach, I guess we could say, is, just doing a little chopping up, you know what I'm saying, with the family, with you guys, you know what I'm saying? Just chopping up before we get to the box talk. And thanks so much for jumping in, family. I hope you're safe. Hope you're doing great. Happy New Year, family, to each and every one of you, definitely, man. And you're definitely right. You're definitely right, Bruce. I mean, a lot of people, there are some people, not a lot, I guess. There are some media outlets out there, whatever you want to call it, right? Platforms that kind of frown upon YouTube platforms, boxing communities. That's totally erroneous, because it's what you're saying, Bruce. It's just a great source of information, be an update on the sport of boxing, opinionating, discussing, analyzing, talking about the sport of boxing, man. And I don't understand, the main media sources aren't the only sources. You know what I'm saying? There are a lot of sources out there. Bruce goes, like what you're saying, bro, to feed on and to learn and to grow, be updated, and hear different aspects and viewpoints of very knowledgeable people and community concerning the sport of boxing, man. And I definitely don't understand why certain mainstream media sources, concerning the sport of boxing, I'm talking about, right? They frown upon it. They frown upon, certain communities, and just like, these YouTubers don't know what they're talking about. That's nonsense, man. Total nonsense right there. Because obviously, a lot of the times, not always, but a lot of the times, these mainstream platforms, and I mean, I respect them. I learn from them too. I learn from, quick thing here. I mean, talking about this, I learned from Timothy Bradley. Even though a lot of people clown on him, I understand it. You know what I'm saying? He has his biases. I get it. But I learned from him because I like to a certain extent, I hear him, when he's commentating, when there's a fight with Andre Ward. They say very interesting things when it comes to the fight game, when it comes to skills and techniques, when they're watching a fight live. You know what I'm saying? They say interesting things. And I learn it too, because I sparred. I've trained down here in Mexico, as you guys know, and I learn things, what they say, that I can apply in my shadow boxing, that I can apply, you know what I'm saying? Because I still do that. So, what do you think about that, Lavar?
When it comes to Timothy Bradley, sometimes I'm like, what is he talking about? But at the end of the day, he's been in the ring before. That's one thing that I can say for myself. He might see something that Andre. They're two different fighters, two different weight classes. They're going to see things differently. You know what I'm saying? So, Timothy Bradley might see something from his point of view. Andre Ward might not see it. But at the end of the day, I mean, some of the things, everybody has their own opinions, or their own opinion. Timothy Bradley, he's a great commentator, but nobody's perfect.
That's the way to say it. Nobody's perfect. So, Lavar, what do you think generally? What Bruce is saying, that all these platforms out there, so much boxing knowledge we have in our hands, man.
Once again, it goes back to what I just said. People, some different platforms, they're gonna give the sport of boxing a hard time. Like, for instance, I can tell you, like, I've had coworkers that tell me, "Oh, boxing's dead. UFC has taken over as combat sports." Okay, that's your opinion. That's your opinion. I mean, at the end of the day, boxing put the UFC up on the map, So, and there's times where Floyd Mayweather actually was marketing for Dana White, marketing like his brand on his trunks for Dana White. So at the end of the day, these other social media platforms, they just, it's, how can I put it? It's okay to pretty much, the way I would put it is, you can sit up here and listen to it. It's up to you to take away from it, whatever these other platforms are talking about, if that makes sense, Renee.
That definitely makes sense. Take the good out of it and throw away the trash. Exactly.
Correct.
Exactly. Correct. That's what I do. I mean, I listen to several platforms. And when they talk about,
you can't control what other people think. You know what I mean?
Exactly, man. So, and that's the thing. I don't get all crazy about it, emotional, and oh, you idiot, and blah, blah, blah. I don't do that, because I take the good out of everything. You know what I'm saying? So, and I think that's the appropriate way to do it. You know what I'm saying? But whatever, right? We got Toby saying here, concerning what Bruce was talking about a moment ago. Bruce goes, I know exactly what you mean, bro. I'm in the UK, hardly gone out from March. Wow. Since March. Okay. So all masked up when I do. All right. Over 1,000 people. Oh my gosh. died yesterday in the UK. It's serious. Oh man, that's horrible, Toby. That's just, oh my gosh. Yeah, take care of yourself, Toby. Take care of your mom, bro. Your family, man. Definitely, man. Everybody, all you guys, please take care of yourselves. This is some serious stuff, man. It's no joke. It's no joke what's going on right now. And I heard that there's another strain of this corona thing, man. I don't know. I'm no scientist or researcher, but I just heard around there or saw an article or something, whatever the heck they're called. So there's like a new strain. I don't know, man. So just man, vitamin up, you know what I'm saying? Get them vitamins up in your system, man, constantly, not just overnight, but do it on a constant basis. What I do personally at night, I try to drink tea periodically. I drink tea, I take vitamins. Keep your immune system strong, ladies and gentlemen. Please, man. This is not just where we're just talking boxing, man. I really care for you guys, you know what I'm saying? So please take care of yourselves, ladies and gentlemen. L-Dub is in the building. Lawrence Williams, what's going on, family? I hope you're doing great, bro.
Hey,
yeah.
Salute Lawrence Williams, man.
Yeah.
In fact, to let you guys know, Lawrence and myself are going to put together a little talk on professional wrestling, because we both go into that, where we go way back, and we're going to do. I think we're going to start with the Rock wrestling era with Hulk Hogan with the first show we
heck
do.
Yeah,
nice.
Yeah. No, boxing and wrestling, they as much as we want to say, of course, one is fake and one is real, but they go hand in hand. I mean, what other sports are conducted in the ring with in the ropes? And we all know we all loved wrestling when we were kids. We grew up on it. So we're gonna try to go back a little bit. We're gonna take we're gonna have a little panel, and we're gonna take questions. And Lawrence and I, we talked about it yesterday. We both go way back. We both have a lot of knowledge in the sport, and it's funny because a lot of other people they don't want to admit it, but as soon as we have a show, everybody's going to be coming on and telling us about what they think about wrestling, what they've done in wrestling matches, and it's just going to be a nice little thing we're going to put together. We're going to give it a shot.
Hey, that's awesome. That's awesome, man.
Love
That's cool, bro. That's awesome. Good stuff right there, man. And I love it. This is good, man. I like this approach we're doing right now on this platform. Like I said, when I have guests, just want to chop up some normal things. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, this is good. Interesting stuff. So yeah.
Renee, no, you're just a very easy guy to get along with. You're very relaxing, very comfortable. There's no arguments in here. Opinions can be debated. It's just a very laid back platform. It's a place to be. Like I just said, I'm sick of saying that, but it is.
I agree, man. Down to earth person, man. Hey, I feel like I'm in a barbershop right now talking to you guys.
Word, man.
Yeah, I appreciate you guys. And that's what it is. You know what I'm saying? That's the thing that, each platform has their different approach. Each platform has their different, approach. Yeah. And the way they do things. And this is how I do it here. You know what I'm saying? Kind of like what Montel Jordan said, right? This is how we do it. This is how we do it.
You're taking us back, man. You're taking us back.
Yeah, you already know on my Instagram, man. I go back, dude, with them songs, man. Yeah, definitely, man. That's the approach here, and I'm really glad to hear that, Briscoes. I'm humbled about it, bro. That's what I want. Everybody who jumps in here, thankfully, man, the subscribers it's been growing here, man, definitely. So I really appreciate, like I always say in the beginning of my videos and lives, I appreciate each and every one of you guys, man, because I really want to, I want this approach to impact everybody. You know what I'm saying? Where this is like a, I guess we could say a negative vibe free zone. You know what I'm saying? Where, we just have good vibes here, man. Definitely, man. We just talk about normal things. And of course, the sport of boxing and harmonious fashion. You know what I'm saying? We got Toby saying here, the UK strain. Oh my God! You see, that's what I'm talking about here. There's a new strain. You see, so it's confirmed right there. So okay, so the UK strain, new strain is 70% more contagious. Oh my God!
Oh, it's over here too. I saw a thing on. I was going online and watching about COVID yesterday. We're having every day in this country is a record with the deaths. We're up to 4,000 deaths a day now. Wow. That's like a Pearl Harbor. That's like a 9/11 plus every single day. And people don't realize how serious this is. In my city, we've got a big convention center downtown where Demetrius Andrade used to fight in there. It's a huge place, and now it's a field hospital. So getting back to normal in 2021 is going to take a little while. It's not like we can just sign a contract and get in an arena. There's real problems out there. I mean, my dentist, who's been in business for 50 years, when it closed up because of it, I saw a Kentucky Fried Chicken just for a little thing to say, has been there since the 70s, closed up and gone. So, things are going to change they're going to get worse before they get better. But, I'm hanging in there. The positivity in some of these most of these chat rooms. I'm a sort of a troll on here. I go in all the chat rooms. I don't say anything in a lot of them, but I listen to them. I see who's in there. And I don't hang when there's a lot of hate going on, because there is some of these are so negative. There's so much racial tension, and there's just so much stuff I don't want to hear, man. I don't want to hear that. I want to hear boxing. I want to hear positivity. I love going to the Wise Men on Thursday night. It's 100% boxing. I don't think I've ever heard a personality conflict in there. You got Scrapbook and Curtis, they're two of and Stormy B, man, that some of the sharpest minds that I've ever met in my life. And they'll answer your question. And Renee's got a platform here that's going to do nothing but grow. It's going to be positive. It's really family oriented. We don't hear a lot cuss words in here. We talk about pure boxing. We talk about current events. This is really the way it should be. And there's so many negative channels out there that I've run across, and I just can't believe the stuff that I hear coming out of their mouths, and how this can, it's a First Amendment. It's a First Amendment world, so they can say what they want to say. But I also have the right to just click and go to another channel too, which is what I do. And I found the ones I like. I got a wrench yesterday, and one the day before. It's just that I get very friendly with these guys. I pick their brains, they pick my brains, and and pretty soon I'm a part of their family, and it's such a nice thing. Renee, go ahead. I'm talking too much.
Nah, man, that's why you guys are here. It's all good, man. I'm not cool. You're right, man. You're definitely right. And, all due respect to all platforms, I'm on the same vibe, man. I'm on the same mentality mindset. And I'm sure Lavar is too, where, it's just like, sometimes you go on some platforms, you're like, man, I had enough, and I just got to flip it, man. It's like, nah, I'm done with this. You know what I'm saying? And, it is what it is, man. Toby Bartlett said here, he said, he heard from a paramedics video yesterday. So just like, Bruce Go saying, this strain, man, there's a new strain out there, whatever, man, y'all take care of yourselves, please. I got to get some time real quick just to shout out Nonstop YouTube, man. What's up? Came to drop a light. Hey, it's all good, man. He's a gamer, man. He has some great gaming there on his channel. So anybody who likes gaming, y'all go check him out, man. Nonstop. Yeah, thank you so much, man. Young kid right there, man. Definitely, man. I love it, man. Good stuff. D Hodges says, you, my bro, Bruce, love your energy. Yeah, definitely, man. Toby says here, real quick, facts, great channel. No, yeah, I appreciate it, man. I really appreciate you guys. So now I'm definitely all day. So let's get to the boxing talk. Here we go, man. We warmed it up. All right, here we go. So let's start out with this, ladies and gentlemen. I just got this morning. So, this is new stuff, guys. This is new stuff right here. There's a report. Okay, just real quick, man. You know how there's sometimes things that are reported and rumored or what have you, but they come from legitimate sources, I guess we can say. A couple weeks ago, I think it was a couple weeks ago, I posted a video out there where it was rumored that Jermall Charlo is negotiating with Chris Eubank Jr. for a possible fight. It was rumored, but it came from a legitimate source, ESPN Knockouts. So, and so this just came out saying that Virgil Ortiz Jr. Check this out, ladies and gentlemen. This is a great step up for Virgil Ortiz. Great step up. If it happens, Virgil Ortiz Jr. versus Maurice Hooker is reportedly in advanced talks. Ooh. For March 27th. So, and they're saying that, Adrian Broner versus Pedro Campa, whatever, but okay, that's fine. But I want to focus a little bit on, Virgil Ortiz and Maurice Hooker, man. Now, the question here is, just to enlighten people, just in case they might not know that, obviously everybody knows, and this, as far as those who keep an eye on prospects, Virgil Ortiz, man, he's in the welterweight division. But the thing is, last time I checked, I think it was against when he fought, if I remember correctly, he fought Jose Ramirez. He was at 140. Maurice Hooker's in 140. So I don't know. It doesn't have any details in this post. I don't know if they're going to fight at 147. Is Hooker going to move up? I don't know. But this is a great step up. What do you think, Lavar?
Yeah, I think it's a great step up for him. I was able to catch one of Maurice Hooker's fight. He lost. It was against Jose Ramirez.
Yeah,
Ramirez. Hooker didn't. Yeah. Hooker didn't look like himself in that fight. Um, he he just looked sluggish, but he was able to bounce back against Jarrell Perez and TKO him. But I think this will be a good fight for Ortiz.
What do you think about that, Bruce?
Yeah, I see. I got my dog's going nuts in the background.
No, don't worry about it.
Well, see, I see Virgil Ortiz. He's a rising star. Excuse me. Okay, my wife's going to try to take care of that guy. But anyway, I see Virgil Ortiz as a rising star, and Hooker he's right there. His career is peaked out. He's trying to make what he can, and most of the lighter fighters, they all put on 5 to 10 pounds as they start to come down in their boxing powerness. But I just see Ortiz as walking right through Hooker. Hooker's a great fighter. He's got a good jab, lean and tall. But I don't think he has that timing that Ortiz has right now. Ortiz has got that powerful left hook, that right hand, and I just see this as a stepping stone fight. I don't see it going past 5 rounds, and it's an interesting fight, and it's on the way up. It's a fight that have to be, but this is not a huge fight in my opinion.
Oh wow! So you're kind of predicting early that Ortiz is going to take him out.
This to me is almost like the Ryan Garcia in Campbell fight we saw the other day. It's meant to be, and it's pretty much the outcome to me is determined before the bell rings. Anyway, it's boxing. Anything can and will happen. So I'm right there with you. I'm looking forward to it, but it's part of the plan. I'd like to see Ortiz fight better competition, and he's still basically a young prospect, so he's got to get some experience under his belt, and this is going to be good experience and good exposure for him.
That's definitely true. And the thing here is that when you go to Virgil Ortiz's his whatever you call it, resume, okay, I think the best name is Samuel Vargas. I mean, generally speaking, he hasn't really stepped up. You know what I'm saying? I think this is a great step up for him. I think it's going to really test him to a certain extent. Yeah, that's a great example, Bruce. Ryan Garcia and Campbell, a great example. Yep. Great example. That's pretty much that's pretty much what it is. A nice step up. Great step up for Virgil Ortiz, man. I think it's going to be a great fight. Hopefully it happens, but let me reiterate, it's reported. Okay, so reportedly this is going to, Virgil Ortiz versus Maurice Hooker, March 27th. I really hope this happens. Trent Smoke says here, he says, that's a good fight. I think Hooker's moving up. Oh, great. I really do. I think it is. I think, it's going to be at 147. It has to be at 147 because, Virgil Ortiz is campaigning at that. I don't think it's going to move down. So definitely, man. So I think it's great. You know what? Let's talk a little bit about, now that Bruce brought that up, like I say, I like to do organic lives, man. Just depending on what you guys say, I got some points, but just depending on you guys, what you guys say, we'll ride on that, man. That's what it's all about. What was your general reaction with Ryan Garcia Campbell fight, Bruce?
Well, it did go as expected. I called that one pretty much right on because I saw, Ryan Garcia is getting the push. Luke Campbell is, I think he's seen his better days. He's not as athletic. He doesn't have the speed, the fluidity. Ryan Garcia picked the perfect opponent for that day. But, it was a test for him. He got tagged on the chin. And anybody that gets tagged with a shot like that, right on the button, you're going to go down. And what separates the club fighters from the contenders is what they get back up again. And I got to give Ryan credit. He got back up again. He won the fight. But once again, I'd like to see him with better competition. And now he's saying that there's definitely a fight with him and Tank Davis. That's going to be an interesting fight. I got to go with Tank Davis, but and anything can happen. Ryan's got a big question mark on his back, and he's the only guy that can answer that is him in the ring. Give him the better competition. We got so much of a bottleneck in a lot of these divisions that the best have to fight the best, because who else can they fight? They have to weed out the division and then go for the belts. And lightweights are like that, welterweights are like that. the middleweights, the super. It seems like every division is bottlenecked with talent right now, and we're going to see some good fights in the time ahead. And I'm just looking forward to it. It's a great time once again to be a boxing fan.
Definitely. What's your general reaction, Lavar, on Campbell versus Ryan?
And Bruce he hit the nail on the head. I mean, I was surprised, seeing Ryan go down like that. But with him getting up and fighting back and pretty much stopping Campbell in the 7th round. I mean, yeah, that fight was tailor-made for him. It's time for Ryan to step up the competition. It's to see where he is and see where he's at. I prefer him to fight Haney before he goes out there messing with Tank, because we all of us, we know what Tank's about. But maybe Ryan sees something in Tank that he think he can expose. Who knows? But it was a great fight for Ryan, for him to get up off the canvas like that and to fight back and to stop Campbell. Hey, hats off to him.
Definitely, man.
Absolutely.
Yep. And the thing here is that, I've been saying it time and time again in the buildup of Ryan Garcia Campbell fight that Ryan Garcia, he should improve on his stiff neck chin up in the air issue, and he hasn't. I was disappointed stylistically speaking with Ryan Garcia's output in the ring, stylistically speaking and technically speaking, with technique. Okay. I mean, great win. I even predicted a 6 or 7 round knockout by Ryan Garcia. And I was saying, I don't think it's going to be a check left hook though. It was a left hook, but to the body. But it wasn't going to be what he did against the other guy, whatever his name is. I forgot it was, but yeah, on the, left hook on the chin. No, but it was a beautiful body shot. Obviously now I was correct in this when I was saying in the buildup of the fight that Ryan Garcia, he's learning from Eddie Reynoso and he's learning from Canelo. Canelo, man, that's signature hooks to the body, that, Ryan Garcia executed on Campbell and made Campbell go down. But I didn't see much improvement, man. I mean, that's the thing. I'm kind of like, I don't know. Just like what Bruce said, there's a big question mark on Ryan Garcia's back. My question mark personally, from my perspective, is he really going to grow on those issues he has that a lot of community has been criticizing Ryan Garcia about? Is the chin up. The chin up caused him to go down. That chin up, that stiff chin up, it caused Campbell. He saw it like a beautiful target. Bam, you're going down. Just imagine that against the Tank. Night.
Oh yeah.
Good night, bro. Where's your pillow? Oscar, bring the pillow, because he didn't improve. I mean, now another thing is that, but I'm not, I made a video, my post-fight reaction. I mean, all credit to Ryan all day, all credit. But, when you talk about, I personally thought I was going to see improvement in those aspects. I also thought I was going to see improvement in upper body movement, head movement, which he constantly does in the ring. I'm sorry, in camp. He constantly posts videos, with that snake and head movement. He doesn't show that too much in the ring. I don't know why. He didn't show that with Campbell. Maybe. Now, I'm not saying that he doesn't have it. Maybe because, we got to understand, ladies and gentlemen, that Campbell was a southpaw. I mean, that was a challenge for Ryan. I'm not taking anything, what I'm saying? That was a challenge for Ryan. So maybe it was that. Maybe because he was kind of struggling with the southpaw. So that's probably why. You know what I'm saying? And I wish I would we see it time and time again, ladies and gentlemen. They hype him up so much. And I think it's not, I guess we can say it's not too much hype, but he's being hyped up so much with the speed, the speed. But that speed should make you jab more, man. He didn't throw the jab too much. He was just 1-2s. You know what I'm saying? A couple combos, few combos. But I would like to see a lot more jabs from Ryan Garcia, man. Use the jab, man. That would open up beautiful opportunity with the speed that he has. So the reason why I say this is because, this is my general reaction concerning Ryan Garcia and Campbell. He's not ready for the big dogs yet, man. Nuh-uh. That's just my humble opinion, man. I don't even think he's ready for a Haney, man. But it would be a nice matchup. Teofimo, forget it. You know what I'm saying? No way. You know what I'm saying? But we'll see what's next for Ryan Garcia. I think a great matchup for Ryan Garcia would be Lomachenko or Linares. I got to see more from Ryan, man. That's just my humble opinion. What do you think about that, Bruce? You think maybe would you like to see more before he fights a champ in the division?
Oh, absolutely. The thing though is Ryan just took that interim title, the WBC interim. So now he's almost got no choice than to go for the top competition. Anything less
right.
is going to be it's going to be a kind of a slap in our face. He's opening his mouth. He's saying he's going to take out Tank Davis in 2 rounds. There was another story about it today. The fight's pretty close to being signed from what I can understand, and that's going to be the baptism by fire. We're going to see what he's made out of. This is the kind of fights we strive with. This is what we wait to see. The up and comer against the established champion. That's been the history of boxing forever. If we see him fight any of these title holders, whether it be Haney, whether it be Lopez or Tank Davis, I'm right there. That's a fight I'd pay for. Just for the what if factor. That's all I got to say about that.
Great stuff, man. What do you think, Lavar? Is he ready for the big dogs?
I don't think he's ready. I think he's going to need some more time. But since Canelo is gone, he's the face of Golden Boy, right?
Yes, sir.
So they're going to have to throw him out there to the wolves. Either he's going to swim or he's going to sink.
Wow.
To be honest with you, I don't think he's ready yet. I think he needs a couple more fights under his belt, like what you and Bruce said. But hey, he's calling out Tank. Floyd. Hey, Floyd's gonna give it to him. So, and Floyd is gonna do anything that he can to get the upper hand against Oscar, because we all know how long they've been feuding. They've been feuding for years. So Floyd's gonna take the opportunity, and he's gonna make this fight happen as well.
Wow. You know what? Hartford. It can go one of two ways. Oh, Jason Giles, thank you so much. You jumping in, man. I had to highlight your comment, man, because I guess YouTube's tripping again. You know what I'm saying? You know what it is, man. Sometimes they don't show your comments, but I'm going to highlight you right there. Jason Giles, thank you so much, bro, for jumping in, man. All love to you. You already know what it is. Happy New Year, man. To everybody who's jumping in the building, man, thank you guys so much. You know what? I think it's one of two things, ladies and gentlemen. It's one of two things. It's going to be this, guys, ladies and gentlemen. It's one of two things. And I'm sure you guys already know it. Ryan Garcia is going to continue being protected. He's going to keep running his mouth, going to keep hyping himself up, going to keep calling out the big names. And while Oscar De La Hoya protects him, because Oscar De La Hoya knows that Ryan Garcia is an expert in promoting himself. He has the following, blah, blah, blah. So it's going to be most likely, I personally think it's going to, or it's going to be the other way around. It's going to be because Ryan Garcia, I respect it. He's calling out the bit. He's aggressively. He wants these guys, man. He wants them, and I respect that. But it's one thing to blab away. It's another thing to get, to get in the ring and sign contracts. You know what I'm saying? It's one thing to blah, 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 yada, yada, yada. I'll knock you out in 2. It's one thing to go on Instagram and, live with Tank Davis there and, Mike Tyson hotboxing, shouts out to Mike Tyson. It's one thing to do that and, laugh away and show the world, hey, look what I'm saying to Tank, whatever. I mean, I get it. But it's another thing to really sign contracts and get busy. You know what I'm saying? It's one of two things, you guys. He's going to be blabbing away, and then time's going to go by, and he's not going to fight these guys. He's just going to keep milking it. Oscar De La Hoya, helping him out and letting him promote himself. Or it's going to be he's really going to fight these guys. I think, like you guys say, he has to fight these guys. Now, one other thing we got to understand, if I'm not mistaken, Ryan Garcia recently said he's going to retire at 26 years old. And in the context of him saying that, he said that's why he wants to fight these guys. He wants to fight the best and retire at 26, which I respect. But I don't think it's going to happen, man. I don't know why, but I just don't know, man. If it does, if he really puts, the money where his mouth is. Another thing, I posted a video about it. Another thing that I think it's not going to happen is because what is Oscar De La Hoya saying? Ryan Garcia's A side. These fights are going to happen under Ryan's terms. What? You see what I'm saying? You see, there's always an obstacle, and I think that's what's going to happen, ladies and gentlemen. He's going to keep blabbing away, hyping himself up, talking this and that, and talking the world against Ryan Garcia, against Tio, against Haney, but none's going to happen. I don't think Oscar, man, he's gonna. What did Oscar say years ago? Whatever media source asked him, "Hey, is he ready for Tank?" No. Tank's a beast. And And what did Oscar recently say? I get it, because he's hyping it up. He's a promoter. He's doing his job. What did Oscar say recently on the press conference of Campbell, Ryan Garcia? Oh yeah, Ryan will walk through Tank. Hush, hush. We know that's a lie. We know that's just hype. He's just doing his job. You know what I'm saying? I don't think Oscar's gonna let him go like that, man. Because what will happen to Ryan Garcia if he gets humiliated in front of his millions of followers? Man, he's gonna go down the pipe. People are going to say, man, you were just a hype job, bro. You know what I'm saying? So I don't think so, man. It's one of two things. I repeat one more time before we get on to the next point. It's one of two things. He's going to keep blabbing away just to hype himself up, blah, 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 promote himself. And he's not going to fight these guys soon. I'm sure he will eventually, but soon, no. Or he's really going to back up his talk, and Oscar's going to let him. And Oscar's going to back him up. Okay, let's sign the contract. Let's get it. September, Tank versus Ryan, according to their talk, which I really doubt is going to happen, man. So, yeah, I just don't think it's going to happen, man. As a matter of fact, after this live, I'm going to post a video explaining and breaking this down. Okay. But that's what I think, man. Hopefully I'm wrong. As I always say, I hope I'm wrong. Okay. I hope I'm wrong. Because if I'm wrong, that means they're going to really fight. They're going to get it on. You know what I'm saying? Mark Blake is in the building. What's going on, Mark Blake? I hope you're doing great, bro. Happy New Year to you, Mark Blake. Thanks so much for jumping in. Man, as I'm saying to everybody who's jumping in, Happy New Year. I hope you guys are blessed. Hope you guys are doing great. You know what I'm saying? We got here Chen Smoke saying here, Ryan, exactly. Chen, that's, and when the buildup, I was saying all this, and he is, we got to understand, ladies and gentlemen, like I said, Ryan has been working on that, because he posts so many videos of himself, on Instagram or whatever. He's working on that stuff in the gym, with that snake bag and, whatever the heck that is, that snake thing. And, he's constantly working on that head movement. He's constantly working on that hip movement. For some reason, we didn't really see it against Campbell. But, like I said, maybe because it's the style. Campbell, Southpaw gave him problems. So you're definitely right, Chen Smoke. Right here. He fights. Exactly. Mm-hmm. Now, let me mention something, ladies and gentlemen. I want to message it to Bruce and to Lavar. Did you guys notice, and to the chat, obviously, everybody who's tuning in, Chen, that's facts, what Chen is saying. The thing here, ladies and gentlemen, a lot of people don't even talk about that. I don't know why some people just don't pay attention to, I do. I really look, and I just look at the little details. Ryan Garcia, he does fight flat. And did you guys know Oscar Valdez, Julio Cesar Martinez, who's going to fight soon. A great fighter, man. Love him. Canelo, obviously. The fighters in Canelo's camp, and his team under Eddie Reynoso, it seems like they have that style of Canelo. Like Canelo's style is rubbing off on these fighters. And they're all coincidentally more flat-footed than not. They don't really use too much footwork. Have you noticed that, Bruce?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Excuse me. Yeah. I have, Renee. You got to get these old trainers, these old school trainers in there to show them these little tricks in boxing. Right. A lot of these new guys don't know it. There's there's so many little tricks that you have to learn. Head movement, not pulling straight back, side to side. There's just so many things that you have to learn. And these trainers today, there's some great ones out there. But there's not the trainers of old anymore. The Eddie Futches and they're just not there anymore. Boxing is a very complicated sport. It's not just two guys that put gloves on and go in the ring and try to take each other's heads off. It's a science. It's a sweet science. And the more they learn and you see these young fighters like Ryan, they seem to be getting better and better with every fight. And now that there's so much publicity on the internet that they can't say two words without the other guy coming back at them. So these fights are going to happen, in my opinion. If they don't, it's gonna make boxing look really silly, and that's just a word that we don't want to use in this sport. So they got to get together. They've got to sign contracts and just clear out a lot of these contenders. Get down to the meat and the potatoes. We're sick of the sizzle. We want the steak. You hear me? And that's what I hope we're going to see. That's the only way boxing is going to survive.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. I agree.
That's well said, man. And like I said, I'm gonna post a video right after this live, a little bit later. Exactly what Bruce is saying. I'm gonna elaborate and break that down. Lavar, what do you think about that? That it seems like Ryan Garcia. I wish he would just use a little bit of footwork also, you know, and I see the same with Oscar Valdez. We're going to talk a little bit about that, hopefully in the chat, on this live, sorry. You know, Valdez and Burchell, they're going to fight soon also. Great stuff. It's announced already, a fight date between them two guys, man, two warriors. You know, Oscar also has that little kind of flat-footed style, you know what I'm saying? So does, you know, so obviously Canelo, you know, Ryan Garcia, Oscar Valdez. Seems like Julio Cesar Martinez from a lower division. It seems like they rely a little bit too much on the power, but I mean, I'm not taking anything away because look at the success they have got and the wonderful victories. I mean, it helps. But like what Bruce saying, there are so many more things a fighter can learn and grow. Have you noticed that, LeVar Cooper, that they're a little bit more flat-footed in that camp?
Yes, I have. It's like what Bruce said. You know, they don't have the old school trainers from back in the day teaching them. You know, I would like to see Ryan Garcia, you know, use more work on his foot movement, use his jab, use his height. You know, he let Campbell get too close to him, and if he let Campbell get too close to him, what do you think Tank's going to do? So he has to go back to the drawing board and fix those mechanics. It's not a lot that he has to fix. He just has to do some tweaking of his mechanics. So it's all about finding that right coach, man, because these flat-footed fighters, the only reason why they're winning is because they're being matched perfectly with the right opponent.
Right.
So taking a flat-footed person and putting them in there with somebody that's like a flat-footed person going up against Errol Spence. We already know what Errol Spence is going to do. You know, I pretty much said that when Spence fought Danny Garcia. Garcia's fight, he fights flat-footed, and look what happened. So these fighters, they got to go back to the drawing board and somehow, some way of tweaking their mechanics so that they can have a little pep in their step, you know, a little bounce. Because the only thing it's going to do is going to help them in the end, and then it's going to help them when they start to fight each other, the best fighting the best.
You know, that's the thing. That's so fundamental, using the footwork, you know what I'm saying? Having that pep in your, for example, you go back to heavyweights, Tommy, what was that heavyweight's name? Tommy Morrison, I think.
Yeah,
right?
Tommy Morrison. Yeah.
Look, that's heavyweight, ladies and gentlemen. I mean, there's no excuse here. I mean, Tommy Morrison, you know, Evander Holyfield, obviously, GOAT, Muhammad Ali, Sugar Ray Robinson. I mean, these guys, well, Sugar Ray Robinson wasn't heavyweight, but I mean, my point is that heavier weights back in the day, man, they used footwork like more than certain welterweights out there and lower division fighters. It's like, what the heck? You know what I'm saying? At Holyfield, man, I love that pep in his step, how he would, you know, he would bounce on his toes. Man, beautiful stuff from a heavyweight, ladies and gentlemen. We're talking about heavyweight fighters using, you know, back in the day, using their footwork. Not all of them, obviously, but a few of them did. Tommy Morrison, when he fought George Foreman, that was man. Did you see how, oh my gosh, guys, it's just sometimes it's like.
You want to see a heavyweight with footwork. You go look at Muhammad Ali before he before he had to leave boxing.
Definitely,
the first time he had footwork of a featherweight. He had amazing footwork, man. Great foot. When he did that Ali shuffle, fighters would look down at his feet, and all of a sudden, bang! Big right hand over the top.
Hello, boom.
Now that to me, that's the epitome of great footwork.
Oh yeah,
and on a heavyweight, no heavyweight in the world has ever done that. No heavyweight in history has ever had the footwork of Ali. It was just it was something where the old timers, they wanted to see him. They wanted to see him get beat at first. This kid's a runner. This kid's a runner. He's all show. Wait till he gets in there with Sonny Liston. And after that fight, it was he was looked at as a whole new person. You know, he wasn't Cassius Clay, and obviously he was Muhammad Ali, but he had the footwork, he had the speed, he had the punch, he had the timing, he could promote a fight, he backed up what he was talking about, and you know, that's my favorite fighter of all time. I guess you probably know that by now, but you know, we talk about we talk about the science of boxing. Muhammad Ali had it all. You go look back at some of his fights. You know, some of his earlier fights, when Ernie Terrell wouldn't call him Ali and call him Clay, it was almost brutal with the beating that he gave Ernie Terrell, and he was just to me he was the greatest boxer that I've ever seen and that I've ever looked at back on films. But anyway, that's to me that's footwork right there. that's the best footwork I've ever seen.
Definitely. Yo, you're right on, man. And that's the thing, like, just like what Bruce is saying, that's what these young fighters need to learn. You know what I'm saying? Imagine how much better certain fighters today would be if they were just use that basic fundamental, the footwork in the ring. You know what I'm saying? Footwork is great for defense. Footwork is great for feinting. Footwork is great, you know, for many things, man. I mean, it's just wonderful. And imagine how much better certain fighters. And I think it boils down to exactly what Bruce Goes is saying, that it's the coaches. You know, coaches got to go back and study those old school tapes, man, and get to doing their homework. You know what I'm saying? Definitely, man. And, you know, so, Christina G, thank you so much, girl. Thank you so much, family, queen. You know what I'm saying? Salute to, you know, Og. Definitely. I hope you're doing great, Christina. I hope you had a great new year, man. Definitely all love to you guys. You know what I'm saying? All day. Love to you. Definitely, man. Thanks so much for jumping in and showing the love, man. Toby Bartlett says Ali versus, oh my gosh. Man, footwork amazing. I know it, man. Made my eyeballs pop out of my skull, man, when I watched Ali fight, man. It's just beautiful stuff. Beautiful stuff. And that's exactly what these fighters need to learn. You know what I'm saying? That footwork. And, you know, I've been criticized about it. Listen, that's real quick. I was on another platform. It was a while ago. Almost a year ago. I was invited to a platform and we're breaking down a possible matchup between Haney and Teofimo Lopez. I said, well, Teofimo Lopez is more of a flat-footed fighter, and I think I got Haney the edge over that because, you know, his footwork and blah blah blah. I was just breaking it down, and then shortly after, Teofimo Senior responded to me what I said on my comments on Teofimo being a little bit more flat-footed. It's like, my son is not flat-footed. All due respect to Senior, you know. Yeah, it was funny. You know, all due respect to Senior, man. He said, my son is not flat-footed, and you don't know about boxing. And it's like, it's all good, man. It's all good. I respect him. You know, he's a coach. You know, OG, definitely respect him. And I've had other platforms criticize me on saying that certain fighters are more flat-footed. Well, I mean, when you go back, I mean, that's a basic fundamental of the game. Fundamental. Come on, man. You know what I'm saying? Obviously, I'm not saying that every flat-footer should just use amazing footwork. No, but using a little bit of that more in your game, we can all grow. Fighters can grow in several aspects. You know, just like what Bruce is saying, man. You know, those coaches taught fighters that. You know what I'm saying? And that's what I want to see in fighters. You know what I'm saying? Imagine how much better Danny Garcia would be if he just used a little bit more footwork. Imagine. You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
Could you imagine Deontay Wilder with Muhammad Ali's footwork?
Dude. No, he would be unstoppable. As it is. Yeah.
Yes.
I remember seeing Roy Jones a few years back. He was on I think it was a Tyson undercard. He fought Vinny Pazienza, and Roy Jones won a round without throwing a punch with his footwork, his head movement. You know, something you don't see, and you remember that. And that was 25 years ago, and you just don't see that anymore.
You're right, Bruce. You're right.
Bruce, what you're saying is so key. A lot of people think it's just going in there and slamming a fighter with punches. No, judges look at defense. Judges look at footwork. They look at other things. You know what I'm saying? And just what like Lavar's saying, man, Deontay Wilder as it is, I think he's still unstoppable. You know what I'm saying? You know, controversial loss, whatever. I don't want to get into that. But, man, if Wilder had that footwork, oh, my gosh. Heavyweight division, oh, my gosh. They would be.
Plus with him, Renee, being athletic, he's your athletic type of heavyweight.
There you go. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So he's not your typical heavyweight.
Exactly.
You know, like a Lennox Lewis, like a Hasim Rockman, Calvin Brock. He's an athletic heavyweight. So Imagine if he had that type of foot movement along with a jab, along with that straight right hand. Oh my gosh.
He definitely is. And that's something I've said a long time ago. I don't remember which platform I was on, but I remember saying this. I was invited to another platform some time ago, and we were talking about Wilder, and I said, you know what? Wilder is athletic, man. I mean, look what he did. Look what he did years ago when he fought Stavern in the rematch. How he ran up to Stavern, jumped side angle, and overhand right, boom, and a certain crazy angle. You need to be athletic to do that, especially a heavyweight. Come on, you know what I'm saying? So, and I said, you know, Wilder has the abilities to do that, to use more footwork. He just hasn't done it. You know what I'm saying? Had he used more footwork, you know, hopefully he does you know, if he comes back, you know, I'm sure he's going to come back soon. You know what I'm saying? Use more of that footwork, man. If he does that, you know, use the jab more, use more of that athleticism that he already has. He will be blowing out the heavyweight division more. He's already blown it out, in my personal opinion. I mean, just look at his.
He is. Yeah,
definitely. He's already. I mean, what had the defended WBC belt championship belt for what 10? How many years? 5 years? I mean, it's crazy, man. Crazy. Wilder's accomplishments are amazing. I don't know how people are downcrediting this guy, man. I mean, it's because they're ignorant people. You know what I'm saying? But yeah.
Well,
Bruce, you know, say something? Go ahead.
With most fans, you're only as good as your last fight.
Right.
Deontay Wilder, he didn't have a good last fight. I don't know what was going on. You know, everybody has their own theories about that, but you could just tell from the very beginning when they showed him in the back sitting there with his wife and his kids, he didn't look right. He was jumping up and running around, and then he was like, it looked like he was sleeping. And as soon as I saw him, I said, this is not the Deontay Wilder of old. He's not going to just go out there and throw that right hand and knock this man out. He doesn't look right. And man, I saw that fight, and I just thought that Tyson Fury was incredible. And then the more I looked at it, the more I get into it, I heard all these theories. You know, there just has to be a rematch. That's the bottom line. You know, you can go back and forth with conspiracy theories and Glovegate and Watergate, whatever you want to say. The fight just has to happen again. That's
right.
All there is to it. You can't settle this thing online. You can't settle it. You can't even settle it in court. You have to settle this in the ring, mano a mano. As soon as that gets taken care of, that's going to elevate boxing, in my opinion. That's one of the fights that we need. We need that fight. We need Crawford Spence. You know, we need to get the lightweight division straightened out. There's so many fights that we need to see. What are they waiting for? That's the whole thing. Are they waiting to get live gates? Because that might not be till 2022, the way things are going. They got to put these fights on, and it's a new box. It's a new environment. I'm sure the paychecks aren't going to be what they were back when you could fill Madison Square Garden or fill one of these 100-seat stadiums in Las Vegas. It's a different world out there, and you know the fighters are going to have to adjust accordingly. But they're not going to. They can't stop fighting. The sport has to go on. And seeing Deontay Wilder and Tyson Fury, to me, that's the cherry on top of the sundae right there. That's the fight I want to see beyond above all of them.
Definitely. And Renee, I just want to chime in real quick.
Go ahead.
Bruce is hit once again, man. He's knocking it out of the park. These fights are owed to us. We need the best fighting the best, you know, and Blue Blood and Kurt Anderson, you know, they said it yesterday. We need to see these fights. If we don't see these fights, the sport of boxing is going to be in jeopardy because you have other combat sports putting together great cards. They're putting together great cards. We can't say that they're not. It's time for the best to start fighting the best. It's time for all this boxing politics to stop. You know, if a certain fighter doesn't want to fight the best in his weight class, strip him of his title. And like what you said too, Renee, there's too many belts. I agree with you. There's too many belts in the sport of boxing.
It's ridiculous. And the thing here is that I got to say this. Great topics we're talking about. That's why I love organic lives. Mark Blake, before I can say this, says, yeah, you don't get those generational fighters. So exactly, bro. Exactly. And let me say this, man. I mean, what you guys are saying is exactly true. Eric Jenkins in the building. Thanks so much for jumping in, Eric, man. Happy New Year. Great blessings to you always, man. Thanks so much, Eric Jenkins, for jumping. Phil J is in the building also. 508. What's good, family? What is good? We're talking some great boxing talk right here, man. Eric, Phil, thanks so much for jumping in. Happy New Year. Blessings. All love to you guys. And this is why. Yeah, go ahead, Bruce.
I just want to say, shout out my brothers out there, Eric, Jay, and Phil, Eric Jenkins, JC. Everybody's here today, man. This is nice.
Salute to the whole chat. Jay Giles, salute, man.
Jay Giles, yeah.
Oh, yeah. Jay Giles, awesome all day, man.
Jay Giles, we got to seeing you in the chat room again. What's going on here, brother, man? I know what's going on. It's YouTube is
exactly
playing games because I'm blocked on 2 channels myself. Two of the biggest channels that I like to be on. I like to contribute to them, but I just watch them, and that's Fanon's channel and that's Blue Bud's channel. And Fanon, people were sending him super chats the other day telling him to unblock me, and he said he just can't do it. YouTube won't let him do it.
Yeah, it's a trip.
Yeah,
Same thing happened with Giles with me, man. I don't know why.
yeah,
I'm trying. I
yeah.
tried to unblock him, but yeah,
He's definitely been having issues with YouTube, and I know sometimes with YouTube they don't send out the notifications too when like Renee, when you go live or when Blue Blood go live. Sometimes I get the notifications, sometimes I don't.
Yeah, me too. Me too.
you know what I think it is? Just real quick while we're talking about it, one of the reasons why I think it is because this is what I think is going on. I'm no computer geek, but I think it's because the servers, man, can't take. YouTube's been blowing for the past several years, man. It's been exploding with content, with content creators, blah blah blah, and I think it just can't handle it, man. I just personally think there are maybe enough people, that suffice to troubleshoot these issues, man. That's what I personally think. I don't know. I don't think it's really YouTube like attacking channels or anything like that. I think it's more of a server. Yeah, I think it's a server issue because when you go to Blue Blood, for example, the viewers goes up, goes down, it spikes down, it goes up, the likes go up, they spike down. So it's a server issue. It looks more like a technical issue, man. So because it's just YouTube's been going, it's just been blowing, and I think it's great. I think it's great, a great platform where we can speak our minds. I love it, but I think it's just a technical issue, man. Because I work, like I said, man, time and time again, I work in academia, I work in administration, I supervise teachers and stuff like that, and I have to work with platforms. I have to work with sometimes servers and certain platforms because of so much data. It just gets so saturated and things go haywire. Technology is not perfect, man. So I think more that's the issue, man. And, people get blocked out of nowhere. I think it's because of that. But who knows? I'm no computer geek.
Well, plus everybody's inside now and everybody's online. We're blowing up the internet. We're just
exactly. I mean, it's just haywire. So I think that's one of the main issues, man. And but getting back to what we're saying. So Lavar, what you guys are saying, this is the thing about the sport of boxing. We're not seeing too much. We are to a certain extent. I said it time and time again. I'm enjoying the sport, man. I'm having fun. You know what I'm saying? But the thing here is that UFC, and that's what Bruce is saying, Lavar is saying, UFC's been blowing up. A lot of people criticize Dana White. Yes, I get it. He's a dictator or whatever you want to call it, tyrant who underpays his fighters. I get it. That's horrible. It sucks. But this guy is making big moves with fights in the UFC, man. Big events. I think a recent fight in the pandemic, when the pandemic was fresh, quarantine, blah, 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 whatever they want to call it, right? This guy, I think there was a matchup that had about, 1 million pay-per-views or something? I don't even know. I don't get into the numbers, but it was big. So this dude, man, Dana White is making moves because he knows how to do it. He knows how to put the best against the best. And another thing, I've said this like a couple years ago, dude, or I don't remember how long ago it was. I sometimes, I don't do it too much now. I got to get back to it. I want to. I sometimes put content on a BKFC, Bare Knuckle Fighting Championship, BKFC. It's a new sport. It's a new sport, guys. And BKFC is growing exponentially. It's growing exponentially. And that's not a fight where you see, celebrity guys or, that's real. That's fighting, man. That's combat. You can't get more combat than no gloves. Okay. You can't get more.
Yeah, I caught a couple of matches, Renee. Yeah.
No, look.
It's legit.
Dude, a lot of people frown on it. Oh yeah, those guys are a bunch of guys from the streets, but the only reason, I've said it time and time again, when I push out BKFC content, I mean, it's on my channel, it's older content, but I broke down BKFC and it's a new sport. And the reason why I watch it sometimes, not too much, but I watch it from time to time, is to just to appreciate the boxing element in that squared circle. That's pretty much why. And there are some very talented fighters in there, man. Wow. But why do I say this? That's why BKFC is growing fast, ladies and gentlemen. It's growing, man, because they put in great competition. I mean, it boils down to that. And what Bruce and LeVar Cooper saying, exactly. That's what's going on here. We have to see more of the best fighting the best. That's the only way we're going to see the sport of boxing grow even more and get back to the golden era, the golden age of fighting. And where you'll see, because remember, guys, the Mike Tyson days, Julio Cesar Chavez days, Mayweather days, 90s, 80s, 60s, whatever, 70s. That's where you saw 2 million pay-per-views, 3 million pay-per-views, it was common because you saw the best fight the best. You see what I'm saying? And these silly promoters running around getting the shine more than the fighters themselves It's nonsense. It's complete nonsense, ladies and gentlemen. I mean, that's what's going on. That's what's twisted right now about the sport of boxing. Like I said, I'm not complaining. No, I'm enjoying the sport. I've said it time and time again. Y'all know my platform. When I go live, I went live time and time again. 2020, that the last quarter, I think I was the only one saying in the quarantine check this out, ladies and gentlemen, when ESPN was promoting, oh, boxing is back. Boxing is back. We didn't have favorable matchups. No, we didn't. I remember I went live and called the Tack'em fight, heavyweight Tack'em fight. I said, you know what, this fight is just, and I was calling it, I was enjoying it, but I was like, yeah, they could do better, but whatever. And a lot of boxing community was saying, this is trash, man. Boxing is back with a bunch of lame matchups. And I think I was the only one saying, I don't know. Like I said, there are so many platforms. There are too many out there. I don't know what everyone's saying. But generally speaking, a lot of people were saying, man, this is nonsense and blah, blah, blah. And I was saying, I got hopes. We're going to see some good fights. Just watch. We're going to see some great fights. I think I just got high hopes for the last quarter of 2020. And then all of a sudden, boom, 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 just amazing fights. And everyone's like, yeah, and of course so that's what I'm saying. I'm enjoying the sport, man. I knew we were going to see great fights because promoters had no choice because of the numbers are low. They have to give good content. So, I mean, that's the only way that boxing can really make a turnaround, and these silly promoters, like I'm saying, all due respect, but they do silly, for example, Eddie Hearn. This guy is just coming out and I respect, I mean, he does some nice matchups. I'm not saying he doesn't, but too much of that guy's face in the camera, man. Put your fighters more in the camera. You know what I'm saying? Put your fighters more in great matchups in the ring. And then this goes for all promoters. Bob Arum, you know what I'm saying? Enough of this, it seems like these guys are just, chattering away too much and getting more limelight than their own fighters. Get back to the old days of what Don King did. I know Don King has been criticized about a lot of things. What did Don King do? What kind of fights did he give, Briscoes?
Well, Don King had a reputation of being of ripping off his fighters, but he always gave us the best cards, the best undercards.
Exactly.
He produced quality. He didn't have a lot of harmony with his own fighters, but he pretty much controlled the heavyweight division throughout the 80s, the early 90s. Mike Tyson was his main man. Tyson moved down to Ohio, bought a mansion in Ohio just to be near Don King. And the funny thing about it is Don King's promoting an upcoming fight within the next month or so with Christopher Lovejoy and Wallen. And then there's another fight on the undercard. I can't think of it right now, but Don King never died. He's still around. There are some documentaries on him, the movies, and everything in there from what I see and what I remember is pretty much spot on. Don King was a numbers runner in Cleveland. He killed a man who was trying to rob him, and then he killed another man who owed him money, who was supposedly one of his good friends. He served time in jail. When he was in jail, he discovered boxing. He became a jailhouse lawyer, so to speak. He came out. He wanted to get into boxing, and he got in touch with Muhammad Ali, and they did a benefit for a black hospital in Cleveland that was in financial trouble. And then Don King never stopped after that. That was his first promotion, and he just he pretty much took over boxing. He wasn't a shy guy. He'd walk right into a room. He'd take charge. But the bottom line with Don King was everything we say bad about him. He put on some great fights. He put on a 4-fight card, and Tito Trinidad on the undercard. He had Maurice Blocker and Terry Norris in a tremendous fight. There were no dull fights, and Don King is an old guy like Bob Arum now. He's not going to be around forever, but he's putting on this card, and who knows? I'd love to see him come back. I guess it didn't work out well with his son Carl. He never stuck with it. I'm a fan. Whoever promotes the fights, I don't care. I don't care what the fighter did. I don't really care about his past. I want to see two guys in the ring in prime condition, putting on a great show for me and for all of us. And that's what Don King did.
Mm-hmm. I agree.
Facts. Everybody, all these promoters have their shady backgrounds. Facts are facts. Bob Arum, he has a shady background. You know what I'm saying? I mean, these guys have shady backgrounds. I'm sure Eddie Hearn does too, whatever, right? But what has Don King done? amazing events. I
Amazing.
mean, yeah, go ahead, Lavar.
I don't mean to overtalk you, man.
No, go ahead, go ahead.
He did amazing. He put on some amazing cards. I mean, he put on cards to where it was an even fight. You didn't know who was going to win.
Exactly.
Nowadays, you already know who's going to win. So, you know, it's Don King. Yes, a lot of people might not like him, but man, you got to give credit when credit is due. You know, he made things happen. You know, I've seen some of Pernell Whitaker. I'm a big Pernell Whitaker fan. You know, born in Norfolk. Pernell Whitaker is my guy. You know, Pernell Whitaker has always been in great fights, and he had his dealings with Don King. You know, Pernell Whitaker versus Buddy McGirt. I'll never forget that fight. They fought twice. Never forget those matches, man. That's one thing that you got to do. You got to hats off to Don King for putting together those type of quality fights to where they were matched up evenly.
That's facts, and that's what these promoters got to do more. I'm not saying they're not doing it, but we got to see more of it. And this is exactly why, this is exactly why UFC, Dana King, Dana, I always mix up names sometimes. The other day I said, when I was talking about Lomachenko, and then I was mixing it in with the Leo Santa Cruz with Tank Davis, I said Leochenko. but Dana White, man, I mean, and the founder of BKFC, these guys are in wonderful success because they're doing what the old promoters did. I mean, it is what it is, man. I mean, and I don't agree with, obviously, the underpay. Of course, there are some things we don't agree with, but I mean, that's where promoters can learn and pay them well. But right now, we're just seeing that that's how it is with boxing right now. But I'm enjoying it. We're having great matchups. We've been having great matchups, but there's things that can be corrected. Will McClody's in the building. Thanks so much for jumping in, man. Family, what's going on? Focus Ball, go subscribe to Focus Ball, man. Brings amazing historical topics of combat sports, man, in his channel, man. Lots of things, great content there. Go subscribe. If anybody's not subscribed, I'm sure everybody is subscribed to Focus Ball, man. Go check him out, definitely, man. L-Dub says here, he says, do you know anything about AB's next opponent, Pedro Campa? I think he's like 31 and 1 or something like that, I think. But, as far as his opponents, I don't think he's fought really big names. I think he's from Mexico. So yeah, obviously AB coming back, I don't think he's going to come back with a top name, you know what I'm saying? So, but interesting stuff about AB, I don't really trust an AB but he's always back and forth and all around. He's just up and down like a roller coaster, but seems like he's getting really serious, it seems like he's getting cleaning up his life, as everybody knows about his Instagram post and saying that, he's cleaning up and stuff. Hopefully he comes back, man. But I don't really trust an AB right now as far as, his career, but if he proves the world wrong, great. As a matter of fact, Lawrence, you know what, L-Dub, I mentioned it earlier as far as the news. I think around February, he's going to fight this guy, Pedro Campa. So hopefully it's soon. AB definitely has to clean his life up. And I just hope nothing but the best for this guy, you know what I'm saying? But it's hard to trust this dude. But hopefully he does. But yeah, Pedro Campa, man, just to answer that question, I'm sure L-Dub, you know a lot more than I do. I'm sure you know a lot more than I do concerning Pedro Campa. All I know he's like 31 and 1 or something like that. He's from Mexico. So I really don't know. I don't think the opponents he's fought are really up there, you know what I'm saying, as far as Pedro Campa, but we'll see, you know what I'm saying? We'll see what it is. Toby says here, I got blocked from Boxing Jedi's channel and he can't unblock me, so I got to use one of those kids' channels. Oh, okay, one of your kids' kind of, which is okay, but at first they thought I was a girl. Okay, you're a kid, you're a girl, you're using another channel. I thought you were a girl. All right, L-Dub says here, you wasn't the only one covering those top rank bubble fights over summer. I have a playlist on channel covering. Oh, okay. Yeah, I covered a couple of them. I don't remember how many, but I think I did cover a couple of them. Yeah, so awesome. Yeah, L-Dub always in the scoop in the boxing right there, man. Definitely, man. So we got here L-Dub continuing to say that the Norfolk scope is legit right across the street. Oh, okay, from Sweet Pea's house. Oh, you got something to say there? More to say there, Lavar, on that?
Yeah. So the Norfolk scope, that's one of that used to be one of the main boxing locations, especially for Pernell Whitaker. Everybody from Virginia would go out to the Norfolk Scope to see Sweet Pea fight, and that's where Sweet Pea and Buddy McGirt fought twice. So yeah, man, Norfolk Scope, we love it.
Awesome, man. Awesome. So good stuff, man. So that's what it is when it concerns the sport of boxing, man. Now let's get to another point, man. We're talking about great talk right here. I love it, man. I love this stuff. So what do you guys think? Okay, I don't like to dig up old stuff, but I'm kind of kind of in the what to talk. I have a couple points, but I'm kind of deciding what. Recently, let's just talk about this real quick. Recently, Lomachenko came out and talking about CompuBox now. Now he's saying that CompuBox, he's doubting the accuracy of CompuBox regarding his last fight against Teofimo Lopez. And he's saying that CompuBox wasn't accurate in the fight. Lomachenko is insisting that he didn't lose the last fight. Now he's giving another excuse that it's CompuBox. All due respect to Lomachenko, I'm not talking about his skills, blah, 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 whatever. It's just that his attitude, he's looking worse and worse. You know what he reminds me of, kind of, to a certain extent, kind of, not 100.
Don't
obviously.
say it, Renee. Don't say it.
I'll just let you speak before I say anything. Go ahead, Bruce. What do you think about?
No. That's it. The mic is all yours, my man. Just think before you speak.
Yeah, you're right. Thank you, man. Thank you, Bruce. What do you think about this with Lomachenko bringing out another excuse, man? What's going on with this guy?
Well, I tell you, he sounds like Donald Trump to me. It's sour grapes. The fight's over. I watched the fight. The first time, I thought it was an obvious win for Lopez. I've watched it again and again, and I don't see how Lomo can say that he was robbed in the fight. He didn't do anything for 4 rounds. It's a 12-round fight. He came. Some
say he didn't do anything for the first 7.
Yeah. He got it in him, but he didn't use it. He didn't show me anything that night, and I can't see why he's screaming about he won the fight. He wants a rematch. That's ridiculous, man. Like I said, he sounds like that kook in the White House right now. He might have a select few that are following him, believing it. Bob Arum leading the parade, but no, he lost that fight. He needs to start up again. If he's going to get his career together again, he needs to fight somebody. I think a great fight for him would be Ryan Garcia, but I doubt we'll ever see that fight. It makes too much sense for us fans. Lomo's sour grapes. That he's a great fighter, but he lost. Get over it.
What do you think about it, Lavar?
Yeah, I agree with Bruce. Watching the fight, Loma, he started off very slow. He didn't pick it up until what I want to say in between the 7th, 8th round, I believe. There's when it comes to Loma, he just needs to accept his loss, man. Granted, he might think that he won, but watching the fight, nah, man, he didn't win that fight. If he wants a rematch, I think he's gonna have to earn it. Lopez, hey, he took care of business. He said what he was gonna do. He did it. Loma just have to accept the defeat. Lopez was the better man that night. It seemed like Loma was fighting kind of timid, like he was worried about getting knocked out within the first couple of rounds. I mean, I understand that, but I just think that the game plan that he had didn't work, and I truly believe that he didn't have a second or third game plan just in case if the first 2 didn't work. So at the end of the day, he has to stop. He has to stop with all these excuses and just accept the loss. It is what it is. There's nothing that he can do to try to change it. It goes on his record as a loss. If he wants a rematch, he should just do what he has to do to earn one.
Yeah, and Teofimo Lopez ain't even considering a rematch with Lomachenko, man, because of his whining and pouting. I mean, so it is what it is, man. Lomachenko just got to get back to the drawing board and start fighting. You know what I'm saying? Last topic, man, I want to talk about is Berchelt versus Oscar Valdez. Oh my gosh, this is going to be awesome. I just forgot the date. I don't even know what the heck, but so many fights out there, so many dates. It's soon. That's all I can say. I think it's in February.
February 20th, I think.
Ah, perfect. Yeah. So Oscar Valdez versus Berchelt, man. What do you think about that, Bruce?
I think it's going to be a great fight. Those lighter weights are loaded with talent. Berchelt and Valdez it's just going to be a great fight. And I don't have a dog in the fight, but Berchelt to me, I think, has got a little bit over him, and I'm looking forward to it, like you guys are.
Yeah, definitely. What do you think about it, Lavar? How do you think it plays out?
I think it's gonna be a great war, man. I really do. And you have Burchelt at 5'7" with a 71.5 arm reach, and Valdez, he's 5'5.5" with a 66 arm reach. It all depends on what type of fight Burchelt wants to have. If he wants to go in there and try to slug it out, he can do it that way. Or if he just wants to, try to use his reach, try to, use his jab, it could be an easy night. But at the end of the day, I think this is going to be a very competitive fight. I think somebody's going to get knocked out.
One of the things about Burchelt, a lot of people, and obviously respect where respect is due. Burchelt's a great fighter, man. But I see a big flaw, man. I mean, a lot of people can disagree with me, whatever. It's all good. But I see his flaw like Jaime Munguia. Dude hits a lot, man. Dude gets hit a lot. He opens up a lot, man. That's signature opportunity. That's a perfect opportunity for Oscar Valdez to counter with those power punches. Like I said, Oscar Valdez more flat-footed, but he has power in those punches because he's training under Eddie Reynoso. He's one of those guys, where they focus on the power, focus on the, sitting down on your punches, and boom. Now, obviously, I don't think Burchelt is going to be more patient in this fight. He's the type of guy that goes in out there and kind of like Munguia, man, just goes in and just throws blows and pressures you, and it's on. It's on action, pedal to the metal. You know what I'm saying? And seems to a certain extent a kind of a careless fighter. As a matter of fact, in the quarantine, back when boxing was back, quote unquote, by ESPN, Top Rank, whatever, that Burchelt fought, and I don't know who the heck that guy was, but it was a guy where at the time where a lot of boxing community was complaining, oh, why are these matchups horrible matchups, lopsided matchups? Burchelt was one of those fights. And he fought some dude that nobody really knew about. I didn't, whatever, but all due respect. And he was getting hit quite a bit, Burchelt, man. He was getting hit quite a bit by this dude who should have taken out. I mean, he shouldn't have looked like that. You know what I'm saying? I understand. Oh, we're coming back from a quarantine and fighters going to get a train and blah, blah, blah. I understand. You know what I'm saying? But generally speaking, it just Burchelt get hit. He gets hit a lot, man. So I think personally, man, Oscar is going to land some nice ones on Burchelt, which are going to rock Burchelt. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to give my prediction 100 yet, but what do you think about that, Bruce?
I couldn't agree more. It's going to be a fantastic fight. It could go either way. You got a slugger, you got a boxer puncher. What more could we ask for? Just get in the ring and settle it. It could go either way. Like you said, Burchelt's got more talent. Oscar's a more of a determined boxer, a street fighter. And what more could we ask for? That's all I want to say about that.
Yeah, it's definitely going to be explosive. Man. We almost got an hour and a half going. Great live session, man. I got to get going, man. Bruce goes, any last words?
No, I appreciated this boxing talk up here. Everybody's cool. Man, you're all family to me. God bless, and I'll catch you next time around.
Definitely. Lavar?
Renee, thanks for having me on. It was great talking to you. Bruce Goes. Salute to the whole chat. If you haven't already subscribed, turn that post notification on for Renee's channel. And make sure you wear your mask, social distance, use hand sanitizer, wash your hands, and just be safe out there.
That's 100, man. Definitely stay safe, everybody. Be optimistic, man. In this 2021, upbeat, keep fighting in life. You know what I'm saying? And let's continue, man. Let's continue trotting along. You know what I'm saying? Definitely. Thank you so much, LeVar Cooper, Bruce Goes. We got to do more of this. Definitely. You already know, man. We got to collaborate, continue doing this on some flash lives. What do you guys think? Is that good, Bruce?
You put a link out, brother, and you're gonna have to take an army to stop me.
Heck yeah. What about you, LeVar?
Absolutely, most definitely, brother. I'm anytime you need me, I'm here. And matter of fact, Bruce, you were talking about steak earlier, man. I might need to go get me one or something like that, man. I'm kind of jealous.
And I think that was I usually go about one a month. I don't eat much red meat, but man, I'll tell you, I'm like a lion on it though. I love a good steak.
I hear you, brother.
Yeah, you can't negate a good steak. That's what I'm talking about, especially with A1 sauce. Oh my Absolutely. Gosh. Hash browns on the side. Oh my gosh.
Oh,
mashed potatoes, or some mac and cheese. Oh gosh, dude. So, man, thank you guys so much for jumping in. And this is not going to be the last one, man. We're definitely have Lavar and Bruce back on here. Great chemistry, man. Thank you guys so much, man. Everybody who jumped in, thank you guys so much. The community, man. Appreciate each and every one of you, man. We're going to keep hitting it. We're going to keep doing it. You know what I'm saying? Definitely stay safe out there, just like the family said here. You know, use hand sanitizer, use those face masks, man. Please be cautious out there, man. Be prudent out there in these crazy days, man. Stay safe and stay healthy. Renee Box Young, peace out, family. Peace out, Lavar Cooper. Peace out, Bruce Goes. Definitely stay safe, everyone.
Salute, Kings.
Peace.
See you guys later.